Hello, everyone. Today we're going to talk about about the real estate market and what's going on here in Metro Atlanta. We want to give you some of the the market update, so you know whether you're looking to buy, sell, or invest. You can look at this number and understand what's happening here in Metro Atlanta.
And real estate has been, we've seen both sides, buyers and sellers, starting to come on the market, Gamalier.
Yes.
A lot more activity now here in Metro Atlanta. We're going to talk about the numbers here and kind of tell the story of what's going on here in the Atlanta metro area. So the first thing we're going to be looking at as far as data is concerned is month supply.
Very important.
Yeah, and that is one area, Gamalier, that we have seen an increase here, especially since last summer. So right now we have 5.2 months supply of homes on the market.
That's great news for buyers.
Yeah, it is. Great news for buyers. Gives you more inventory to choose from, right? Compare that to last year in the summer, we were right around 3 months supply. So
that was a little low.
Yeah, we tacked on an additional 2 months or a little bit more.
Which makes a big difference when you're out there looking, yes.
For sure it does, yeah. So the month supply there indicates that if all the homes on the market that are currently there right now, with the buyers that are in play, if no more homes were added to that market, it would take a little over 5 months for all our entire supply of homes to kind of disappear, right?
Yeah, so that's a very important factor. When we're looking at that, what this means is that buyers have more houses to choose from because now we have more supply in the market compared to last year and the years previous. So now you could take the time going out there and really find what you've really been looking for and thinking of. And at the same time, what this tells is that you also have the opportunity to negotiate a little bit more with seller, with getting seller contribution, which is money you could use for your closing costs and down payment, and makes the transaction a little bit more easier also.
All right, our next set of numbers, we're going to be talking about our median days on the market. So when you sit down with the seller, a typical question they'll ask, like, on average, how long will it take for this house to sell, right?
Everybody wants to know that.
Oh yeah,
how quickly this house is going to sell, right?
Exactly. We can't give it an exact number, but we do provide the data there to provide them, at least give them some expectation. But right now we are seeing 67 days on the market, so a little over 2 months before it goes on the contract. Now, that doesn't describe every single deal out there. I just want to make that clear.
Yes.
I mean, we're still seeing homes sell in a matter of a weekend, some a little bit longer. But compare that to last year, last summer, right around 28 days. So it's just under a month. We've doubled the supply basically almost.
Yeah.
And now we're seeing more homes on the market sticking around a little bit longer.
Twice as much as the day before. Obviously, these numbers are changing rapidly. So that's something that we're keeping a look at because this is very important things for sellers to know and also buyer. As far as buyer, this just saying, obviously houses are staying longer in the market, inventory is increasing, which means the seller, are more have more competition. So we have to look at prices and all that. We're going to be discussing that next also. But also for as far as buyer, what this says also, again, there's more opportunity for you to find that ideal home and also a little bit more room for negotiation because houses are staying longer in the market. And as the houses stay longer in the market, that means inventory is also going to be increasing, which means there are going to be more and more houses available, which also means that prices will decrease the more houses are in the market too.
And that leads to our next set of numbers, our median sale price, right? We want to know, what is the median sale price here in Metro Atlanta? We're sitting right at 383,000. So we've dipped below 400K. We were at right around that or above for quite some time. And compare that to June of 2024, Gamalier, when we were at $420,000 median price. That's where we peaked. And now with the inventory coming on the market, more homes to choose from, we're seeing the price drop down a bit.
Yeah, so when we look at this price compared to last year, we're looking around close to $40,000 less that the median price is. And this is due also obviously to inventory being more. And also when we look at those prices too, the reason why we use median price because it gives you a better idea of the market versus average. Average could be thrown off if you have a house that is very expensive and a lot of little houses. So that's why we use median price to give you a better exactly numbers of the market. But what does this mean for buyers and sellers? Well, first of all, for buyers means that you're getting more property now for a better price, close to $40,000 less compared to the year previously. For sellers mean that you have a lot more competition and the market is adjusting as we're getting more properties in the market. So you have to understand, if you've been thinking about selling, don't hold for too long, because obviously as the market transition changes, which we're moving into a buyer's market more heavily, which we already see already. So the heavier the market is, the more inventory, then you will start some adjustment on those prices looking down. But also keep in mind that all depends, again, what type of agent you're using when you're selling your house. If you're getting a lot of exposure on that property, a lot of marketing, but also condition, location makes a big difference.
Yeah, and you have to price that home competitively now,
Yes.
especially in this market. All right, speaking of pricing, let's talk about percent of list price. So say you list your home at $400,000, right?
Mm-hmm.
Are we getting $400,000 for that particular home? Are we getting more? Are we getting less?
Mm-hmm.
Well, here in Metro Atlanta, we're seeing a little bit of a dip now at 98.9%. So a little over 1% drop in that price.
Yes.
Compared to June of 2024, when we were averaging right around 100%.
Yes.
Not bad.
Yeah, so before, obviously, when it comes to that, that just tells you again, inventory is increasing, there's some adjustment. But again, this very important factor is very important for sellers, this number, because this tells you what they're getting in their home. But again, it's all about the conditions of the property. Also, the school system, it makes a big difference, where the house is located, and obviously condition. But also a big part of this, you want to make sure you use an experienced agent. Not every agent knows how to list property. They may know how to open the door and sell a house, but when it comes to listing the property, you have to have access to marketing. You have to have access to really structure in detail and know where those people who are going to buy the house come from, so they can market to them. So obviously that's the big difference when it comes to selling a home. You want to use an experienced agent, an experienced company to help you to get the maximum dollar. If you're not using an experienced agent, that's when you lose a lot of money. So make sure when you're selling a home, you use a good agent. Same thing when you're buying a home, you want to use a good agent also, because they're going to be able to negotiate a good price on that home. Not only negotiate a good price, but may be able to get your contribution towards closing costs, where you have to bring less out of your money, out of your pocket when it comes to closing that home. So make sure you always look for an experienced agent when it comes to real estate.
Absolutely correct there. So having that negotiating power, especially essential when it comes to negotiating, different things and aspects of the home. All right, interest rate, and this is something that is brought up when we sit down with buyers.
Yes,
talk to them on the phone. They're like, "I'm ready," but what is the current interest rate like right now? And we let them know that there are a lot of loan options out there right now that will help them, either with the down payment assistance. We can also negotiate closing costs as well with the seller to help kind of cover some of that. Buy down programs we've got out there.
Buy down, interest rate down. Yeah.
7% right now is about the average. We've been kind of hovering around upper sixes to right around 7%. Now last year, not too long ago, September of 2024, we were actually at 6.14%. So we thought, oh my gosh, it's dropping, it's going to fall into the fives, but then it rebounded back to right around 7.
So it's been there for a while.
Yeah, but we're starting to notice that buyers are like, all right, I'm ready to buy. Regardless of the 7% interest rate, we're starting to see a little bit more activity out there, Gamalier.
Yeah, definitely, because buyers are starting to understand that, we've been hovering in the 6 and 7 now for the past 2 to 3 years. And they know now, hey, inventory is good. There's a lot of houses to choose from. Prices are also looking good. It's time to go ahead and get that home that I want, because always remember, as a buyer, you're actually in control, because once you buy that particular home that you want and you're going to buy it at a good price, once interest rate goes down, that means that prices also go up and the inventory goes down. So that's not a good benefit for you. You're going to pay more for the house, and you're going to have less to pick from to choose from as far as houses. So as a buyer, that's not a good thing. Now with a market like this one, what happened is you had a lot of inventory. You get to choose that particular home that you want. You get to negotiate it well. And even though you have a high interest rate, that's something that you could change. You can't change the home, but you could change the interest rate. You could refinance that interest rate. When the market goes down, now you could go ahead and get that low interest rate. What's going to happen? You're going to have a lower payment with the home that you want and you love.
And what's that saying? Date the rate, marry the house. Right?
Yes.
A very common lingo.
We say that in real estate all the time.
Yeah, we hear that quite often. That's a wrap on the Atlanta metro market update. Remember, if you want to keep up to date with our real estate videos, market updates, different real estate related topics in the Atlanta metro area, make sure you subscribe, share, and like our videos.
And the best way to support us again is to click in that like and subscribe and share with your family. And whether you're thinking about buying, investing, or selling, give us a call. We'd love to help you. We'll give you a free consultation. Thank you and have a great day.
Take care.
Bueno, sí.